How you finding Ballarat, folks?
Yeah, we've enjoyed it. We arrived up here on Wednesday. We had a good training session here yesterday, and obviously our captain's run today. So the boys should be familiar with the oval by the time we get to play tomorrow.
Typical Ballarat day forecast tomorrow. Chance of showers. Do you think this will impact the game at all?
Well, obviously it will, because it'll turn into a wet weather game. Both ourselves and the Bulldogs played at Marvel Stadium last week with the roof closed. So very different environment this week, which will change the game to some degree depending on how much rain there is. And really teams have just got to adapt to those conditions and be ready for that.
How much confidence has the team taken from last week's result?
Look, I think a fair bit. I mean, probably our last two performances, we were disappointed with how we turned up in round one, but, it was a really good game against Geelong. Could have gone either way, and same last week. And fortunately, we were in front last week not when the siren went, but as the siren went. So it was exciting because Geelong and Collingwood are two very, very good teams, very hard to beat at home, and we managed to secure one victory, and we've got a big challenge tomorrow because the Western Bulldogs are in mighty good form. They're sitting up the top of the ladder, or Sydney are now, but they're second, and they've had some impressive wins to start the year.
You've only played at Mars once before and you lost. Is that sort of a sign?
No, actually it's good that we only played here 2 years ago, and it's actually a good preparation for it. It was a very close game. It could have gone either way, so we'll take a little bit of confidence from that. We need to improve on what we did 2 years ago, but it's a very different team that we've got now, so we'll see how we go.
Given how the Bulldogs went last week, what are you expecting from them this week with such a big win?
Well, they'll be full of confidence, no doubt about that. They should be. They're playing very well. We had a great win. The win the week before against West Coast was even more impressive. So, no, they'll be full of confidence. We've just got to make sure we bring good pressure and good hunt, and that'll give us. If we can do that, it'll give us a chance.
How's Lachie Neale? Is he right to go?
Yeah, he's been right to go all year. I'm surprised by that question. So, yeah.
Has his injury improved at all, or will he just manage the pain?
No, his injury's getting better all the time. Obviously, he was good enough to play last week and got out there and performed for us, and he'll do the same tomorrow, but he's a lot better this week than he was last week.
Has McInerney back in as well?
I think so. At this stage, he's been selected, as long as he gets through training okay this morning.
A number of the players are local to the area.
Yeah.
What do you think that'll bring to the game, given it's not necessarily going to be an all Bulldog supporting crowd?
No, I hope not, because we've got quite a few Ballarat boys on our list. The two Berry brothers and Hugh McCluggage, and obviously Harry Sharp. So, those boys have really added to the culture of our footy club. I noticed when we come here last time to play, there was a lot of interest in them, and I'm sure there will be tomorrow. So hopefully there's a few cheering for the Lions.
You got a lot of your new young players up against one of your former players, Steph Martin. How do you reckon they'll go?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Steph been a really integral part of what we've been doing as a footy club for the last 3 or 4 years, and he's an admired teammate. But I think our boys are looking forward to the challenge of coming up against him, as I'm sure Steph is. So it'll be interesting to see how all that goes.
You guys must be looking forward to going back home. Is there any danger they're thinking too much about that?
I wouldn't think so. It was probably more of a danger of that the first week when it happened, and blokes would get upset because it wasn't what we were really expecting. But they adjusted well last week, coming into the Collingwood game, and we've had a really good week of training, and I think they're very much looking forward to the game. And then once that's done, getting home obviously to see loved ones and all that sort of business.
How is the energy amongst the group? The Dogs are a pretty good running side. Can you keep up?
Yeah, I think so. We kept up with some pretty good sides the last couple of weeks, so I've got no doubt that we bring the right attitude. We'll do that really well.
You said the team was lazy in round one. Has that improved since then?
Well, what do you reckon? Yeah, the last 2 weeks it has. We're really poor defensively against the Swans, and the last couple of weeks we haven't conceded scores much at all compared to some other games. Our games have been relatively low scoring, so we've improved that element of our game. We need to bring that again tomorrow. It's always something that us coaches are looking out for, because defence is always the biggest challenge for teams. They all love to win the ball and attack, but how you play when you haven't got the ball is really important.
You guys got anything to store for Steph Martin? Any cuddles?
No, look, there might be a bit of banter going on between teammates. I don't get involved in all that. I respect Steph. I think he's been a terrific player for our club, and we don't want him to play well tomorrow, and we'll be doing our level best to stop him, but that doesn't stop our respect for him.
Last one, thanks guys.
Who's coming in for Payne?
Who's coming in for Jack Payne? Yeah, Jack's got a bit of a foot injury at the moment, so Darcy Gardner, who has been a regular of our team over the last 4 or 5 years, will come back in. He's been out with a knee injury. He's ready to go. He's been ready for a week or two now, so we look forward to having his experience back in the team.